Hello, everyone. Welcome to Code with Femi. It's been a great time, in on the channel, and it's quite exciting moments because we've got a very special individual here. It's very, very difficult to find actually female software engineers, and I'm so fortunate to find this amazing software engineer on LinkedIn, and she actually offered to come on the channel to have some chat with me and run through some of the pressing questions in terms of software engineering for females. And yeah, welcome to the channel, Nobantu. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Nobantu. I am a software developer and I have a YouTube channel that is the brand codes. So yeah, that's me.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, she is actually a YouTube creator like myself. She's even far better than me. I'm just trying to catch on. Yeah, so definitely thank you so much for joining me on the channel. I've got some questions I prepped up for you, and I would like us to actually run through it in terms of like being, and actually it's also a very special moment for us because it is actually Women's Month in South Africa, and you guys know all the struggles women actually went through, and we hope to actually have fun in this session. So my first question to you, Nobantu, is what is it like being a female software engineer?
Um, Being a female software engineer has its perks and it has its cons. Um, I always find myself being the only female in a dev team. So at times there's this special treatment that, oh, you're the only female. But at times it feels as though you have to do more to prove yourself because you're the only one in the team. So yeah.
So it's like salt and like is it sweet and sour like in a way?
It's bittersweet. Sometimes it's like, oh, I get all the attention. When I need help, I know I'm gonna get help immediately.
Nice.
However, sometimes you feel as though you you imposter syndrome. You're not good enough, you're the only one, you're in the minority. So yeah.
It must be a challenging a challenging way, like challenging feeling, because it's like you're trying to do the best you can, but you can't. There's not enough female individuals in that circle. So yeah, it's quite challenging, and yeah, I do understand what you're saying, because even in the team I've actually been in, I've seen cases where we have only just one female, and I could tell like sometimes it's like that.
Yes. It's
And
really overwhelming because you're not proving yourself for yourself, but you're also proving yourself to show the company that, hey, we actually need female devs because we are as great. So
true,
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's very, 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 very interesting. So let's move on to the next question, which is actually, why did you decide to become a software engineer? Like, what was the motivation? What triggered it?
So I have a funny story because I've always decided that whenever I go to varsity, I want to do something that has to do with mathematics, and not electrical engineering or that type of engineering. So I've never been exposed to computer science, and the minute I had computer science as a minor, I was like, this is what I want to do. So I dropped physics as a major and continued majoring mathematics and computer science. And that's how I was like, I want to be a software dev.
Amazing, 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 amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. And is there any, like, in terms of your training, like, what are the technologies you were introduced to, like, you in the early stages?
So my first language was C++. It's still the love of my life. And then I was introduced to Java, Python, Yes,
Nice.
they're all great, but I'm still like
C plus
Python.
plus.
And it's funny because when you get jobs, it's mostly Java.
Yes,
It's like,
yes.
my gosh.
Yeah, but I actually did C plus plus in school, and
Mhm.
that was the last time I did C plus plus.
Yes, it's the last time, unless you want to venture into game developing.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
but it's like it's very like for you to tell me you're doing C plus plus. It shows how strong you are in terms of your technical skills, because it's like you need to manage your memory, your memories, and your allocation, your memory allocation. You need to deconstruct and do a lot of technical things.
yes.
Amazing.
And it's funny because I feel like Java is more complicated. And whenever I talk to people, they're like, no, but C plus plus
Yeah.
is way more complex, you know?
It is like you're doing everything yourself. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing to actually have a female C plus plus. Like it's very amazing. Yeah, cool stuff. Yeah. So the next question, I'm gonna go for it. Which is more around, you know, female software engineers. We've spoken about this already, but I just want to touch more on it. Like they are really scarce. Like it's like you find one, it's like gold. And I just want to understand, like from your own point of view, from your own perspective, what is your theory? Do you have a theory for this?
I have a lot of theories, but one of them is that as okay, I'm gonna speak for Black female
Okay.
developers to be
Yep.
specific. We are not really exposed to computers at a young age. We've got
Mm,
chores and whatnot. So I feel
mm,
like with males, you can come home and you have a computer and you just get onto it, you know.
mm, mm,
But with females, you still have to do chores. You don't really have time. And then when you get to varsity and all those things, it's just jargon when you get to
mm,
computer science. Like I'm failing. I don't even want to try.
mm.
And it becomes very difficult because you start asking for help from people and whatnot. And when it comes to companies and
Yep.
getting a job, you don't really want to go into that space.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it, especially when I was in varsity, that a lot of females had this thing, let me just get a guy who's going to help me with this because I'm not used to it. It's not that I'm not smart or anything of that sort, but I'm not used to it. I didn't do it in high school, but I
Mm.
feel like things are getting better because now um, it's done in schools.
Yes.
Um, Females are doing IT in schools and they are taking up space slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're getting there. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and like you rightfully mentioned, actually, in terms of the black females,
Mm-hmm.
always being seen as domestic. Like they have to be, doing chores at home. Taking care of the household, because they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
become a wife at some point.
Yes,
and
yes.
and that is not really, it's not really great, because it's killing a lot of talents, because females, they're really smart. One of the, I can tell you personally, one of the, female software engineers I've actually worked with, they're really critical, and they're actually on point. When they speak to you technically, you can hear that they're really sound and they know what they're doing, even compared to other males that I've actually worked with. And I feel like it's very important, even for families, to really encourage, their female, their daughters, or the female individuals, to actually get into the technical space. Empower them to actually become technical people. And I believe they can add a lot of contribution, like massive
Yeah.
contribution, even into this industry. Yeah, because the few ones I've seen, they've really added a lot of contributions and values to this industry. Yeah, that's amazing. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is more around you personally. How do you stay relevant? How do you make sure that people still see you as a software engineer? Like what are the things that, what do you do? I know one of it already is YouTube, because I can see you out there. It's obvious, but what are the other things do you get
Yeah.
involved in?
I try to whichever space that I'm in, I try to get as involved as I can. Like I was at We Think Code, and I made sure that I become team lead, I become a
Nice.
tech mentor,
Nice.
and all those things, just to show off that also that software development is not only about tech, it's also about
Mm,
soft skills, putting
exactly.
yourself out there. So
Mm,
I just try to take up space. You're going to know my name,
mm,
whether
mm,
you know that I have a YouTube channel or not, but you're going to
mm.
know my name. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, you mentioned soft skill, and funny enough, like the female software engineers I've worked with are the ones that are the most empathy in the team.
True.
Like the male ones are brutal. They're like they don't care. But
That's so true.
the female software engineers, they really want to know you as a person. They want to really, have this engagement to really know where you are and understand who you are as a person. And I feel like the more we have, female engineers like yourself in this space, it's gonna really help us because that would even out things. You know what I mean. Like you will see that
Yes.
we would have more collaborations. We have team like working together like properly, like not just
Yes.
two different guys trying to fit in and it's not really working. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
do appreciate the fact that you're already doing some sort of like tech mentoring. You're mentoring other
Mm-hmm.
people, you're coaching them, and yeah, I do appreciate that. And so let's move on. Let's move on. Um, the next one is more around like, do you feel less equal to a male software engineer? Like, how do you feel? I know you've spoken a little bit about your like imposter syndrome. Like, can you let's can you unpack it? Yeah, what how do you feel when you work with other male counterparts?
So at times I do feel like I don't contribute as much as I would like in a
Mm,
team. You find that especially when you're the only female,
mm,
already they think admin stuff. You handle the admin stuff, and then we'll deal with the
mm,
coding.
mm,
And like I said, you have to constantly prove yourself and tell them and be like, you know what, I actually can do this. And now that
mm,
is more pressure because
mm.
whatever that you take on, you can't fail. Because if
Yes,
you fail, it's like we
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 said it
already knew.
already.
Yeah,
Mm,
we wanted you to deal with the admin stuff, and
mm,
clearly it's not working. So yeah, you just constantly have to prove yourself and make it known that, you know what, as much as you are good at this thing, I'm also good. Just give me a chance,
mm.
to prove myself.
Mm.
So yeah, it's quite, yeah,
It's a tricky situation.
yes, it's quite challenging, honestly.
Yeah, but at least you're already in this space, and we don't want you to go.
Yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you must bring more people, like more
Yeah.
female, software engineers. Let's make sure that we have more female in this space, because one of the things I've actually even read online is mostly even around the pay you get. Like most of the time they're always saying that as a female you don't get as much pay as your as the male engineers, which I feel is quite unfair, because you doing exactly doing the same thing in a way.
Mhm.
It doesn't, like, for me, software engineering has no gender, it has no color, it
Exactly.
has no
Yeah.
I don't care if you're tall or short, or you know what I mean. It doesn't, it's can you do it?
Yes. Do
can
you
you
have the
write it,
skill?
can you speak it, and also can you be in a team and work well with the other individuals to reach that goal of creating amazing software products. So I believe that we will definitely get there someday, and we just
Oh,
have to keep on raising this awareness. Like what we're doing now. I think it's also going to help us to be able to reach out to people out there and start having this conversation around how can we keep on encouraging more females into this space. So that actually leads me to the final question, which is more around what do you think we can do in this industry, or what can companies do, or even the educational system, what do you think we can do to encourage more female software
Um,
engineers?
with companies, firstly, I think transparency, because
Mm,
you find that the female is earning less because I don't even know what the male person is earning. So how
Mm,
can I even negotiate to get
mm,
the same amount that he's getting? I think transparency and us as devs, like having spaces like this to talk about it, that hey, there's
mm,
this female dev, if she did it, why can't you? If you need, if you need the resources, there are people out there who can mentor you to get there. It's not a space just for males,
mm, mm,
so yeah, I think even the education system, I feel like as much as English and mathematics is compulsory, I
mm,
feel like IT should be
mm,
a
mm.
compulsory subject because that's
Yeah,
where it's going. A
yeah.
lot of other jobs are phasing out and
Mm,
we need tech skills.
mm,
So education needs to play a huge role in that.
mm,
Um, and for females to get used to that, because another thing, like I said, we're not used to it. It was the first time when I saw computer science, and that's when I fell in love with it. If I
mm,
didn't do it as a minor, I wouldn't know of such a great thing.
mm,
So,
mm,
yeah,
mm. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your time. And
thank you.
it's such an amazing moment, to have someone, a female software engineer on the channel. I've been struggling to get one, by the way. But thank you so much for for volunteering to be on the channel. And so you guys have heard it. And do you have last words actually before we wrap this up? Final words,
Um, Please go check out my channel.
yes.
It's about um, schools that you can actually go to. If you go to university and you don't get accepted, there are also institutions that offer such for free.
Okay.
Check out We Think Code, Umuzi, Explore Data Science. There are a lot of them where you can go and actually get education for free. So
Nice.
yeah,
Just send me those links, and I'll also put your channel link on this video, so that
we'll
people can
do.
actually also link, can go there and visit your channel, and also all these resources you've mentioned. So you guys, you must check the description below to actually see all of this information, and I would actually see you guys in the next video. Just keep well, and yeah, let's see. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.